Hi everyone and welcome back on adobelive.com. We have a new guest. We are streaming all week about UX design and we have Amélie Lamont.
Hello.
Hi Amélie.
Hi.
So we are live from San Francisco, but Amélie, you don't live in San Francisco.
I do not. I live in New York City.
Yeah. So thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, that's great. And we're just outside, you see, with the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah, we're actually floating in the sky right
Yeah,
now.
like
Yeah.
this. So thanks for joining, guys. And maybe Amélie, you want to introduce yourself? So I will just update the chat in front of us.
Yeah.
Okay? Just give me a few seconds.
So, like Michael said, my name is Amélie Lamont. I am a product designer who currently works at the New York Times, and I live and work in New York City. I've been doing design for the past 10 years or so. So I'm super excited to be here. I'm going to be working on this idea for an app that I've had. I'm obsessed with beauty and skincare. And I decided to make a skincare app wireframe a skincare app that helps you track like your skincare regimen, if that makes sense.
I love it.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. And so regarding user testing, I won't be the best user
It's okay.
for skincare, but I will try to adapt. Okay.
Cool.
Also, the good thing is that this is live with our friends in the chat. By the way, you can let us know in the chat where you are from. I mean, it's always interesting to see who's watching, and maybe we can do some user testing with them too.
Yeah,
you know?
that'd be
Ask
great.
questions. Yeah, there is a 30 seconds delay, but it will be interesting to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So for how long have you been UX designers, like working in?
About 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So we're very lucky to have you, and that's the goal of this live stream. You know, it's really to invite top creatives, top UX designers, and see how they work, but also it's the opportunity for you to ask questions. We have Amélie with us for 3 days, and you see we have people from the Netherlands, Sweden, India, Washington, the US, Ireland. Okay, let's see if we have all the continents, okay? Anyone from... Bonjour de Paris. Hello, Leo. Yeah, maybe we will just do the stream in French. Make it very exclusive, very classy. South Africa. Okay, Portugal. Anyone from South America? Brazil. Okay.
Yes.
Now I feel better. Okay, thanks for joining us. And that's fine. And we will start, I guess. So how do you want to approach this, designing this app?
I mean, I think the first thing that I'd want to do is sketch it out.
Okay.
And kind of sketch out the flow. So would I be doing that in Adobe XD or on paper or?
As you like. You know, we can try something new.
Let's try something new.
Sketching on an iPad Pro.
Okay, let's try it.
It's her first. She wasn't prepared, so. And we have Paul Trani with us behind the scenes. Thank you, Paul, for switching the cameras and everything. Paul, let me know if you see.
Yeah, I'm doing this live.
You see? Yeah, it works.
Cool.
So this is the iPad Pro. We're using Adobe Photoshop Sketch.
So fancy.
It's a free application on iOS and Android, but the good thing is that they can see in real time as you draw. So I think it will be better.
Cool. I'm ready. Awesome. So just to go over the app idea again, like I said, I'm obsessed with skincare. And I don't know if some of you are on Reddit, but there are a lot of skincare and beauty Reddits that you can go to get information about like how to take care of your skin. So what I'm super into right now is Korean skincare. Mm-hmm. And with Korean skincare, there are multiple steps. So there's the facial wash, there's the toner, there's like another toner, there's an essence, there's a cream, there's like another cream.
So how long does it take?
It takes about an hour and a half.
An hour and a half?
In the morning and night.
I'm
so
so
night
behind.
It's about 2 hours.
I'm so behind on this topic.
It's intense, but I feel like it's worth it.
So you feel that
Amelie's actually 103 years old.
Yes.
wow,
Yeah.
okay, good job.
Skincare is
Thanks
amazing.
to Korean
Thank
skincare.
you.
Well,
Yeah.
so you feel that so it sounds like it's like a long process with
It's a
several
very-
steps. So do you feel that it would be useful to have an app?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
The reason why I thought of an app is because a lot of the people who are on that Reddit specifically go out of their way to make spreadsheets to track the products that they're using and how it affects their skin. And the other part of it too is that a lot of these people also switch products based on the seasons as well. So if it's winter, your skin is doing different things than if it's the summer.
I get it.
So I feel like this app would be really cool to be able to track the products that you're using, to track the effect that they're having on your skin, and then tweaking it to see, like, is this regimen working for me or not?
That's nice.
Essentially.
And by the way, my friends, Amélie will be prototyping this app over the 3 days, 2 hours per day. So it's really a unique opportunity to see how to build a prototype from scratch. Yeah. Oh my God, Jan Eric, stop it. And yeah, so it's a unique opportunity. Really, we start from a blank page, okay? And this is something I think, yeah, really unique content. And by the way, you can also create and share prototypes with us. We have an ongoing contest. The rules are on adobelive.com. There is a contest tab. And maybe, Paul, you want to play the video to show our friends what is the contest about? Here we go. Thank you, Paul.
Welcome, and this is your chance to create a prototype for a chance to win a 1-year Creative Cloud membership. To enter, create a prototype using Adobe XD, and the theme is solving the problem of holiday planning. So maybe it's a present tracker or just tracking various holidays throughout the year. It's really up to you. Just submit the prototype to Twitter using the hashtag Adobe Live. We're going to be watching that hashtag. We'll be reviewing these live and picking winners. So we look forward to seeing what you create.
Okay, so we will invite you to participate and share your prototypes made with Adobe XD. So let's start sketching, I guess.
Okay.
We'll switch back to the iPad.
Okay. So I would say that the first step of this flow that I would be interested in is the app would have to ask you what products you're using. So I'm not going to draw anything inside it yet. I just want to get an idea of like what this flow would look like, because I'm like, huh.
Is this the first time you draw with an iPad?
Yeah, I'm like, this is weird. Does my hand? Oh, whoop.
If you want to undo, just, or you click here.
Good to know.
That's a good thing with the iPad. I mean, you can undo. So we have someone asking, like, in a portfolio, like, let's say you start your career, because we have a lot of people, they want to become UX designers, okay, and you have your portfolio. Do you think it's worth it to create a fake conceptual application and put it on a portfolio?
I think it is worth it. It depends on what the application is and what the purpose of it is. I think a lot of people who are starting out in UX design, oftentimes than not, they're like, okay, I'm gonna create all these fake apps, but they can't tell me what the business model is or what the purpose behind it is, or even describe the flows. So I think what's really important, especially as a UX designer, is being able to talk about why you've created something. Even if it's fake or conceptual, you should be able, with any employer, to talk about why did you create this? What is the purpose? And if you can delve into the business ideas behind it, that's really important. I think there's a bit of a logical fallacy that a lot of UX designers are just here to make really pretty things or make things beautiful, but a lot of design work does have to think about the business side of it. So if you can incorporate that even in your conceptual work, I think that's really important.
Amélie, do you mind if I show your portfolio?
Yeah.
I think it's a great use case, right? Because you share the story.
It looks kind of crazy right now, but yeah, you can share it.
Okay, Paul, can we show my screen, please? Yes.
The fonts are broken.
So, the fonts are broken?
Yeah.
Why? What did
I messed around with Typekit without paying attention, and it just broke some stuff. And
Okay, I
was
can
like,
fix this.
oh, okay.
I'm a typekit expert, so
Okay.
we can work on it today.
Okay.
So it's still a very 1992. Okay, let's go inside Lead City. No, it's just to share with our friends that, I mean, as you said, it's not about just sharing beautiful screens. You know, if you want to add UX design in your portfolio, it's about the problem you solve, the design thinking process, and your website is really one of the best I've seen. So and I shared it with you already, but I really like the way you share the design process, you share how you sketch, and then you get the final experience. When a lot of UX designers just share the final experience.
Yeah.
It's true, it looks great, I love the colors, the gradients, but your value is in this entire process. Okay, we can maybe check a second one, the venue book that I really like also.
I think being able to talk about it is really important. So to Parm's point, you know, don't just make a fake app, then create a whole imaginary project so that you'll be able to explain why that was designed and to what purpose. I completely agree.
Take pictures.
And so like the pictures can look really terrible. I have sketches. I don't think I'm the best artist or drawer, but employers are not necessarily looking to see these beautiful final screens. Like anyone can make beautiful final screens. What I need to see is the process and how you got there.
Thanks. Okay, Paul, I think we can switch back to the iPad.
Okay.
And we have 2 screens.
Okay.
What products are you using? Okay.
What products are you
going
using? And then the next would be selecting, well, I guess this would also be selecting products.
So what are you trying to do here? Is that like the task, or what are you trying to list?
So right
the actions?
now, I'm skipping like the opening of the app and just going directly to the task. So this task is specifically selecting the products that you currently use in your beauty regimen, and then putting in detailed information about how you use those products.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
So what products are you using? And this screen would also be where you would select those products. And then this screen would be, I'm trying to think of the flow. I think I would want it to be set up where you select the products that you're using first, and then you describe how and when you're using. One thing that I'm struggling with that idea is that if someone is very, very detailed with how they use a product, then it's multiple taps. Or like say it's the cleanser and then the toner, I have to add the cleanser, then I have to add detailed information about when I use it. And then if I have 9 other products, then I have to do that all over again.
Okay.
So the trick here is to figure out a way to make it really easy for the user to want to add the products that they're using, but then also getting all of the information that the app needs to get from them. So I think here we could select the products, select all of the products.
Okay, so that's the task, and after you will work on the experience, like, okay, how can I select multiple products?
Exactly. And then after you've selected the products, then the app can kind of automatically go, oh, okay, you've added 9 products to your regimen. What time of the day do you use them? So.
Oh, time of the day?
Yeah,
okay.
so.
And we have friends in the chat asking if you want to start like becoming a UX designer, is there any resources you would recommend? Or there are a lot of good books now.
Yeah, there's a lot. I don't know any. Well, one that's really, really good is Cooper's About Face 4. It's a little pricey, but it's totally worth it.
Cooper's About Face.
Yeah, Cooper's About Face.
Okay.
Cooper is the guy who kind of created what we know of as modern day human-computer interaction, at least the methodology behind it, and specifically user experience design. So.
IHM? No, what's the name? IHM? Or no, it's HIM?
HIM?
No? HIM. In French, it's HIM.
Human. HCI.
How is it in English?
HCI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Thanks. Learning every day, you see?
Someone said, can I apply for a UX UI visual design job with 80% print and 18% digital UX UI? I think you could, but it depends on what is in the portfolio, so I can't fully.
And also the position, I guess you am like.
Yeah.
You won't be a senior, of course, UX designer. You have to start, as every creative field, it would be like, okay, I'm a print designer. I want to do motion design.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's another creative field. It's really, of course, you will use some skills and that you have as a graphic designer, such as composition, typography. But UX design is really about sharing information with other people, understanding about empathy, all these concepts. So, and it's a lot of practice. So, as everything. But if you are passionate, of course, and and there are a lot of opportunities today to become UX designers.
Yay.
So Amélie is still sketching on the iPad. Okay. So it's not Adobe Comp. We're using Photoshop Sketch here, just to. She's using paper usually, but it's easier for us to share the screen. So what do you want to do?
Oh, I wanted to make it larger, more.
To extend it. Okay, let me see what I can do. Okay, we can create new layers. So we can say, okay, I want a new layer. What we can do also is duplicate. So we'll keep this one as a backup, and this one I will transform it.
Perfect.
Down,
awesome.
And you can work on the new layer.
Thank you.
And you can zoom in, by the way.
Oh.
So maybe we could do this.
Okay, yeah, that works.
Because we're using Photoshop Sketch also for the first time to to design a flow of screens. So we're finding some tips and tricks. Communicating your design, yes, René. This is really something we want to erase.
Oh.
So there is an eraser tool. So if you go here,
I'm so used to the Wacom tablet. I was like, oh, this is the eraser.
Yeah, it's not the same. You need to talk to Apple, but no.
Apple.
It's in another.
I mean, really.
It's in another. Yeah.
Is that?
It's in another layer, I guess. Try again.
Okay. All right.
You like? Okay. You want everything to. It's a sketch, Amélie.
I'm sorry.
It's a sketch.
Perfectionist. Okay. So we've got what products are you using, users selecting the products, then for now we're gonna just say what time of day are you using them and how long are you leaving them on your face, and then also what order are you putting them on. How do I undo? There we go. I'm learning. And then the final screen would be, for this particular flow, I guess this technically would be the onboarding flow.
What do you mean?
So when the user first opens the app, it's going to ask them what products are they using and then ask them information about each product. And it kind of, I guess the best way to describe it would be it kind of introduces the user to the app and what they should expect from the app when I say onboarding. Yeah.
And also they directly engage.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for. Like you open the app and I need to answer some questions. Onboarding. Okay.
Although answering some questions when you open an app for the first time, I don't know how I feel about that, but
we'll see.
We'll continue. It's fine.
We'll do some user testing.
Yeah.
Maybe they will let us know.
Okay. I saw a question.
Yeah, there's a question about the expectations from clients' agencies. So let's say you do a UX design project for people living in the US, people living in Europe, people living in Asia. Would you try to do the same user experience, or sometimes you would have to adjust? Or
I would adjust the user experience. So if you couldn't tell by now, the whole Korean skincare thing, I love Korean culture. I also really love Japanese culture. So if I were, say, designing for like a Japanese company, the things that I would do would be completely different than what I would do for for an American company. And then also, so there are a difference between what clients and agencies, definitely a difference between what clients and agencies expect. I think agencies have a little bit more leeway because they understand what to expect from you as a UX or product designer, whereas clients tend to need to be educated a little bit in the value if they're not as experienced with the work that you provide. So that's something to consider. Yeah, katakana. Sorry. Anyway, yeah. Okay. So, what order are you putting them on? And then the final step would be, how long do you want this regimen
to
be for?
So how long you mean per day, or want to do this 1 week? I mean,
Yeah. So usually, depending on the skincare issue that you have, usually it's recommended that you try a product for maybe 4 to 6 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just to see how it affects
and you see the progress.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay, I see.
And the other part of this app that...
I'm sorry, I'm really like...
No, it's totally... I feel like people are learning as well, too.
Yeah.
And the other thing about this app that I would also like to incorporate would be taking photos of your skin so you could visually see the progress of what's happening.
Like a time lapse at the end?
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah. So then, now that I've mentioned that, and then how long to have this regimen, and then name it.
Okay,
so give it
good
a
point.
name. Because you could have multiple regimens.
Mm-hmm.
And then this final screen would be where you take a selfie. And it could be from various positions, maybe from the front, from the right side, from the left side, any problem areas that you have that you would like to focus this regimen on. And then after that, let's just jump to the next slide.
Hi, Enrique. Thanks for joining. So we are using Photoshop Sketch now. You can use Paper, that's fine, but we're using Photoshop Sketch on the iPad Pro, so it's easier for us to share what Amelie's drawing, and then she will start designing the experience using Adobe XD, and we are live streaming for 3 days from San Francisco with top UX designers, also to celebrate the release of Adobe XD on Windows. So if you are Windows users, wake up this morning, you launch Creative Cloud, and you will see that XD is available for you on Windows 10.
So the last screen would be for priming, which would essentially be priming the user to give us access to notifications, because we would want the user to essentially remind the user to enter information about how they're using the products at specific intervals.
Mm-hmm.
And in the world of, I guess you can say, product design, user experience design, that's called priming, because you don't want to just out of nowhere just throw can you turn on notifications, because you're like, what are you gonna notify me about? Like, that's why.
And you're right, like there are a lot of apps, like you just launch the app for the first time,
and they just immediately
and
ask,
I say no,
and you're like, but why? So the reason why we go through these 4 steps before asking for turning on notifications is to essentially prime the user, to get them ready, to kind of get them engaged, like, I really want to use this app, yes, I'll turn on notifications.
That's good, because on the long run, I guess that users who enable notifications are much more engaged, and you retain more and more. Yeah,
exactly.
That's thanks, that's a good advice.
Yes, sorry, I can put on the full screen once I learn.
I could do it too.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Also, Ted, you're 14. That's awesome. I feel super old now, but it's cool. It's
you don't want to know my age.
Yeah, you don't need to know my age. Well, I'm 103, so we already clarified that.
But yeah, thanks for watching us. And by the way, to encourage you also to be more creative, we will give away at some point during this episode with Amélie a 1-year Creative Cloud subscription. So stay tuned. This will happen very soon, and I will let you know how you can get it and then enjoy all the creative apps, including Adobe XD, to design and build interactive prototypes. And if, by the way, if you want to design screens with Adobe XD and share them with us during the 3 days, just share your screens using the Adobe Live hashtag on Twitter, and we'll be happy to review some screens. Okay?
Yes.
Very useful advice, they say. Okay, so thanks for the advice. It's true that's
awesome.
The turn notification. Yeah, I like this. This is priming.
Priming. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna create a.
Why? No, you're.
I feel like
so good with the app. Okay, that
I'm an
very
expert
empowered.
Now.
Yeah.
I practically built this app.
Is
that going too far?
Yeah, because actually the lead designer is I can ask her to come.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow she will be there.
Okay. We're gonna fight.
And you
about
can pretend, yeah.
Who built this?
We will see. And this is Brooke, by the way, for people watching our streams. You know, Brooke sometimes is with us.
But
Okay, what do you want to do?
trying to.
You want to squeeze like everything?
No, I just want a brand new layer on top.
Ah, brand new. So if you double tap, it will hide the layers.
Oh my god.
So now you have a new layer. You can draw it.
Oh, this is the other. Okay.
And by the way, we can merge these two.
I
if
was
you
just about to try merging them.
want. Merge down.
Cool. Okay. All right. I'm into it.
Okay.
Fancy. Okay.
And this is Photoshop Sketch, and we it's available now on Android too, so iOS and Android. So feel free to download it. It's free. You can download it today. It works on your smartphone too, although you have less space. Sorry, it's my bad.
Okay. I switched pens because I like the pencil feel better. Feels like I'm drawing on paper, which is.
And you can use, by the way, show you like pressure. So if you press very hard, and if you tilt.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a real pencil.
Be right back. I'm gonna go buy an iPad Pro.
Stay tuned. We can follow you with the GoPro to the Apple Store.
Yeah. Isn't there an Apple Store not too far from here?
There was a beautiful one at Union Square in San Francisco.
That's right. Okay. So this screen is. Can I put my? Okay. What?
Oh, Hamed, very good question. What is the name of the app? And you know what? Maybe we can ask our friends to find a name.
Yeah, someone think of a name because I haven't thought of one.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the?
They are very creative. So please, friends in the chat, find a name for this app.
What's the premise for the app again? Just to recap.
So the premise of the app is that it is a app to track your skincare regimen. Usually skincare products take about 4 to 6 weeks to see any effect. So it allows you to take photos of your skin and also track the products that you're using to see how effective they are.
Nice.
Yeah.
And just on that note, we have some nice spa music kind of playing in the background.
Oh, thank you, DJ Paul.
Can't hear it,
Into
but
it.
Thank you, DJ Trini.
Yeah, that's nice. Should be. Nope. Okay.
Okay, so as you draw, I will give you some name. Okay.
Okay.
Renee saying makeup. That's efficient, but maybe too blurry. Skin with a Y. Thank you, Darian. It's a good one. Exfoliate. Jan Eric. Stop thinking about
Face stalker.
face stalker. Okay, skin. Pro Skin. Pro Skin is a brand, I think. Skincare. Yeah.
Skinify.
Skinify. That's a good one.
Skin scan.
A fresh face.
I love this. Skin finder. That skin dough.
Yeah, I could try it like
French
Scan.
face on Adobe Live.
Skin detector.
ooh, I like that skin dough.
Me too.
that skin dough. I told you we have a very creative audience.
Skin proof.
Wasn't lying.
No, you weren't. This
Skinner.
Skinder.
is skin track. Skin to good. Skinny dip. Second skin.
Second skin. Ah,
I kind of.
not bad.
Derma.
Not bad, Sevin.
Foreskin, no.
First, what?
No.
XD Patterson. Oh, be careful with the
Performance.
Patterson family.
Performance. Skinny
Porous.
Mexican face. Skin
Oh,
on
come on,
fleek.
guys.
Skinator. Skin diary. Aw, that's so cute.
Eye
Eye
skin?
skin.
No, I think Apple would sue us.
Duck.
Duck? Let's call it duck. I think it makes sense.
Kind of sort of into that.
Beautiful you. Oh, Rushita, you're
nice.
adding some poetry here.
Skin to win. I'm totally lost. That good.
Cool.
Facebook.
Okay. Skin. Yeah, we need to measure this, but we will find a name. Yeah.
Okay.
We still have 3 days to find a good name. Stay creative. That's it.
Milky skin.
No, not this one, Jessie. Not this one.
Skin flick. I can't look at this
Okay, yeah.
anymore.
I think we. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. And to reward you, we will give away 1 year Creative Cloud subscription to someone in the chat. So stay with us within 30 minutes.
Okay.
And if you have questions about Adobe XD, in 90 minutes, Talene, who is the lead designer of Adobe XD, will be with us, also prototyping using XD. We will talk about the Windows version. If you're on Windows, yes, Adobe XD is available on Windows since this morning.
So for this screen, what needs to happen is we need to think about what is the user doing when they are selecting the products to put into their regimen. So obviously, they need to be able to search for skincare brands
in a database of.
Let's see. It's very possible that the products that they're using might not even be in the database, so they need to be able to input their own products.
Yeah. They're still finding names. That's good.
And I think in terms of what is it? Oh, Skin Tuition.
Yeah, a little bit mysterious. Why not?
Mask app. And so the other thing that
just a question from Maurice. So XD, yeah, you will see that we will design screen, Maurice, with using XD, but with using the same app, Adobe XD, you can also build interactive prototype. So and this is one of this is the point, and the beauty of Adobe XD, using the same tool, you design your screens, but also and Amélie will show it maybe tomorrow on Thursday, but you can create the flow between the screen. So if I click here, I have this transition, I jump to this screen, and you can share the prototype with other users who will add comments, which is essential for user testing.
Yeah. Cool. So I'm trying to think of what else would need to be on the screen. Obviously, in terms of usability, if I have...
How do... Okay, so let's say I select a product, and I say, okay, I want to add this one. How do you
the way I see it in my head is there would have to be some sort of, I guess you can say, container where it holds
like
the products that you're selecting.
Yeah. So something like search. I mean, you need space for the search experience, and then you need to give the feedback. Okay, it has been added to the list. And like classic one, like eventually, if I make a mistake, I can remove it.
You can remove it very easily. So the question is, how do we keep that in the same screen without creating an excessive number of tabs for the user?
Okay.
So let's see. Skincare brands, input their own, continue to hold products, and then of course, easily remove needed. And I think that's pretty much it for this screen.
Okay.
So
do you want to start designing this one, and then we? That's cool. I like this. This is challenging.
It's super challenging. Why did I pick the hardest thing?
Yeah, I think this is one of the hardest experience you can start with. But that's fine. We are with our friends, and let's try to do this.
Okay, cool. So for now, I'm just gonna call the app Duck.
Yeah, this is the code name.
Oh, okay. Codename is Duck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Codename is Duck.
Okay, codename is Duck. Because I'm totally into that. I don't know why.
Oh, by the way, I have a good question for you when you will win Creative Cloud. I mean, get a chance to win Creative Cloud. They are supposed to enter a secret keyword.
Oh, a
now
secret keyword.
I know what this will be. This will be cool.
Okay.
So duck. Okay.
They need to be able to search, so I'm gonna add a dinky little search bar here. Yeah, search. I told you I'm not good at drawing.
No, but this is also some good intel for our friends.
True.
You don't have to be like a professional artist
Expert
to draw boxes,
drawer.
rectangle.
And so in this
Can
screen,
I show you something?
Yes. Oh my God. Something magical.
Oh yeah.
Shut the front door.
If you go here, you could play with the ruler.
What?
If you want, I mean, because I noticed that you like precision, so.
What?
Or I can go here and say, okay, here. You know, like the avatar. Let's say I want to add a box here.
That's like magic.
So you don't, because you were saying you don't have to know how to draw, but there are some, yeah, you can need some help.
How do I?
What do you want to do?
I was trying to, I guess I did a lot of, it really does feel like I'm on pencil. Okay.
Oh, but it's just for a sketch, you know.
Well, I wanna
You wanna try?
it. I
Okay.
wanna try it, yeah.
Oh, it's here.
Oh.
So here, and you can, yeah.
Oh, ooh.
And zoom in on, you know, you can resize, yeah.
What it just did.
That's okay. We will erase it after.
How do I make it?
Ooh, yeah.
There we go.
Getting there.
Okay, and then I just.
Yeah, or just, or you follow the path. Ooh. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's like magic.
And then you can just hide it. So this could be useful, yeah. I mean,
That's super.
you know, just talking about drawing, you have some good tools also to draw prototypes.
Okay, I'm into it.
And of course you can zoom in first, you know, if you want to.
True. Okay.
There we go.
Wow. This is. Oops. Nope.
This is just for the handle?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, I guess you can just draw it this one. It's okay. You don't have to. Yeah, over here you can start drawing.
There we go.
Perfect.
Yes.
And now you're a professional
Oops.
drawing artist, you see?
I am. BRB, I'm going to go quit. It's fine. I'm just going to leave it. Too much perfection. I'm going to quit my job now and become
the wireframe
artist. The wireframe artist, yes. Okay. So when someone is searching within this box, as they're typing, I'm just going to put text here. It should be able to pull up suggestions based on what they're typing.
Oh, yeah, as I'm typing.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, I'm trying to think of some skincare brands.
L'Oreal. Okay.
And then if the product that they're looking for is not in this database.
Oh, at the bottom you... I see. So Simon is asking us, do you need to be good with code, like coding, I guess, to become a UX designer?
I don't think you do. There is an eternal debate in the design world about whether or not designers of any type should code. It's pretty hilarious. I think that in terms of coding as a designer, if you have the skills to code, great. If you don't have the skills to code, great. Either or, it doesn't really matter. Again, what's most important is your process and the way you think. Are you someone who is a design thinker? And so you mentioned that you're a graphic designer. I'm of the firm belief that even as a graphic designer, even if you think that, oh, most of the work that I do is print, you're still problem solving as a designer. So I think a lot of that thought process can still be applied to UX design, and you don't necessarily need to know how to code.
Nice.
Yeah. So add product. And then I'm thinking,
Someone is asking, so Adobe XD, it stands for experience design.
yes.
Like in UX design, it's user experience. So yeah, in English, they use the X. Don't ask me why. Like in the street of San Francisco.
Yeah.
But then it's different. Like zing. Like the first time I was like, what do they mean? Like
right.
zing. It took me, I don't know, like 3 years to understand like crossing pedestrians. I was like, zing.
Yeah. Well, it's
Took me some
funny
time.
because when Adobe XD first came out, it's going to sound so dorky.
No, I know what you were
But
saying.
you're like, I'm ready. I was like, oh, it's a smiling face. Because it looks like the eyes. It's like,
Yeah, it's a smiley.
I don't know.
But it's a good one.
It's a, well,
It's a happy
yeah,
one,
Yeah, so every
so we
time
were
I
lucky.
see it,
But I'm not
think
sure.
it's a
I'm not
smiley-
sure the team was really conscious about it. I think we discovered on social.
oh, really?
Yeah.
I
so
was like, what's
actually,
Adobe
so-
Smile?
So Tallinn will Adobe Smile, bringing some love. So the Tallinn, who is the one of the creator of Adobe XD, he will be live after you. So I will ask
Okay,
him.
Cool. Yeah, because
I will ask him.
I'd be curious to know. So there also needs to be the container that we spoke about to hold the products.
Okay.
So this is just arbitrary, but perhaps as
Oh,
you're,
like bubbles.
yeah,
Oh,
as you're
interesting.
adding the product, this will be a counter. So maybe there are currently
Ah, a
3
counter.
products, and whatever the text is, like products added.
Like a shopping cart.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much, yeah. The question is, I think the issue with this screen as it is now is that after I've added the products,
Yeah.
if this goes away, then there's all of this blank space. So perhaps the products live here.
Behind, like thumbnails.
Yeah.
or-
And then
But
when you search, it pushes the products down into this
Oh
cart.
yeah, I like it. Yeah.
And then when you're done searching, you can
It
see. Yeah.
Goes back to the top.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm.
So I'm just going to make a note of that so I do not forget.
Shelly's asking, what's the name again of the book you mentioned with the Cooper? It's a Cooper for
What is it?
faces.
It's About Face by Cooper.
About Face by Cooper.
Yeah, and I believe
Yeah.
they're on number 4 now. So About Face
Nice.
number 4. Yeah.
And we have a lot of members of the Cooper family in the chat.
Yeah, I love Cooper. They're great.
This was just for a joke for Mike Chambers in the chat. You'll be the only one on this planet getting the joke. Sorry.
So products visually selected.
So let us know in the chat who wants to become like a professional UX designer, like full time. Let's say next year in 2017. Would be interesting to understand, or if you are just enjoying UX design, or you think it's important for you to understand what this is because you will have to interact with UX designers. Mike got just jokes. Okay, and thanks Mike for putting the link to the book.
Oh, yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you, Mike. So yeah, let us know what is your experience with and your expectations with UX designs, because now Adobe is really, I would say, into the game with this new application, Adobe XD. So it's good to also get a feeling of what is expecting the community. And yeah, it will take 30 seconds. There was a delay, but
I agree
Goals.
with Christopher. A designer who can read code is valuable.
okay. I would
So-
say read code. Okay.
Yeah.
I would
so
say who understands the technical limitations, like who
Yeah.
can talk to developers, understanding that you are not asking for something crazy, such as so this will be a list, running in the browser, it will appear in 3D with fire particles. I mean, you need to understand also the limits. And
Exactly. So even if it's just, you don't necessarily need to know how to code, you do need to understand what the code can and cannot do. So essentially its capabilities. And then obviously understanding like super basics, that HTML is content and CSS is style and JavaScript is interactivity. And the reason I say that is, just to give a little story, is I used to work for a very small agency building WordPress websites, and when I was the developer, even though I had design experience, in that role I was the developer.
So you were mainly developing templates for WordPress? Okay,
templates,
so it's all of CSS
and JavaScript.
And JavaScript,
And the designer put together this really beautiful design in Photoshop, and I noticed that the drop-down menu, when you clicked it, each menu item took up about 1/3 of the screen, which meant that when you tried to click the menu item, the actual menu item would close because you're no longer hovering on the parent. And when I tried to explain that to him, his design was so precious to him that he fought with me, because he's like, it needs to look this way. And I'm like, no, I hear you, but technologically speaking, this is not a good user experience. So I think as a designer, being able to understand that is really important.
Yeah, it's very good. And this is something this miscommunication, or this need of communication between developers and designers are in the industry for, 30 years. And it's two different mindsets, two different passion.
Yeah.
So I would say that, the key is to communicate. The more you communicate with this team, and you don't have to read code. It can help, but I don't think it will add that much value. I think it's more working with the right people. Build a strong team. But it's always an interesting topic. I agree. It's good that you have also this developer background in a way. I'm sure it helped you.
Yeah, definitely.
So we have friends in the chat, Jerry, who plans to transition into UX in 2017. Okay, interesting. He's a business analyst right now.
Okay.
Oh, okay, it's a good, interesting path. Visual designer, and it's really important to know UX. Okay, thank you, Felipe. I like design thinking, says Hamed. That is the key. Okay, yeah, very good feedback. Thank you. And Meredith has been a diviner, so I guess a designer developer at the same time for 5 years now, and still learning. Okay, so we have a good mix of people, different profiles. Thanks for being here with us. And someone is asking, what can we expect in 2017 on the roadmap of Adobe XD? Okay, we share something. So the priority for our team is to have at some point the XD project in the cloud. So not on your desktop anymore. So you can be 1, 2, 3, 5 designers working at the same time, collaborating on the same project. And you will see Amélie is working on this artboard, Micah is working on this one, everything in real time. So for us, live collaboration is one of the big goal, and also having the same experience on Windows and Mac. So we just released the Windows experience this morning, and we working hard to make sure you will have in the coming month exactly the same experience with the same level of performance. That was it. Okay, but again, Talin will be with us. He's the next guest, so he's in charge of XD.
Cool.
Okay, so do you get a feel now of what will happen on this screen?
Yeah, I feel like this screen is good. Should we go to the next one?
So you want to try this one in XD, or?
Yeah, let's try it.
Yeah. So we saw some XD with our friend, and now that's the challenge. So you have a beautiful wallpaper, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
And you just updated Adobe XD this
did.
morning. Thanks for doing that, because we have a new release, fresh new one, on Mac and on Windows. Okay, Portugal. You asked Paul if it's possible to connect products to via wireless. Okay, connected products. What do you mean, Portugal? So there won't be any connection API to connected objects, if that's what you mean. Wireless will be used if you want to preview on smartphones and tablets what you are designing live in XD. Today you have to use a cable, but we are working on a Wi-Fi version.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
But yeah, thanks for asking.
All right, so bear with me. This is going to be painful.
Yeah, but
The last time I used XD was when it first came out. Aw,
Okay.
thank you, Jonathan.
but thanks for playing the game, Amélie, because when I contacted Amélie a few weeks back, she was like, yeah, I don't need Adobe XD every day. So it's part of the challenge. Also, it's to see how a professional UX designer, starts with XD. And if you have any question, I'm here. So
Okay, cool.
let's see how it goes.
All right, prototype named Duck. I'm ready. Okay, so I'm assuming, are all the shortcuts like Photoshop? Oh, no. Oh, okay. How do I change the background color?
Okay, so you click on the artboard, and here you can fill
Aha.
and change the appearance.
So what color should I use? I feel like a lot of people think skincare is specifically for women, which I disagree with. It's for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to use pink because that's cliche, even though
Yeah.
I love pink. I think I'm gonna go for a blue-green
Yeah.
color, something
Yeah, I would have gone for something green
calming.
too.
I kind of like.
Yeah, this is a shade that you
This?
find also in the pharmaceutical industry. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like care,
It feels very
Product.
natural,
Yeah.
which is
And-
nice.
and also having something natural is important.
I'm gonna go for this pastelish.
Ahmed says a duck is yellow. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
True.
It's a code name. It's a code name. It's funny because everyone has a different opinion on the color.
Yellow, dark blue,
Yeah.
light
I guess
pink,
make it
pale
brown.
yellow,
Mix them all together.
aqua.
Yeah, just
Skin
just add rainbow.
tones. Amélie, what do you use for first mock-ups? For first mock-ups, what I currently use now is Sketch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is one of the leader in the industry,
Mm-hmm.
and Adobe XD is the new kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Upcoming, we just started in March of this year. Released with it was like almost a blank canvas,
Mm-hmm.
and we started adding features based on the feedback of the community, and and it's great because we see a lot of traction, like more and more UX designers using Adobe XD, so we're very happy with it. But Sketch, is one of the tool in the industry. We also have a lot of UX designers still using Photoshop. Some are using Illustrator to export SVG icons. So it's a mix. So we hope that with XD we will build the best experience. That's the goal. Let's do it.
And Manuel, yes, you are correct about me not being super prepared, because this is literally what I do at my desk every
and
single day. Which sounds like, oh, so unprofessional, but that's
But you have like 10 years of experience too,
this
so it's
is-
not
yeah.
that risky.
And even with this, like, this is me pushing out of my comfort zone, because usually what I'll do is I'll do multiple sketches
Yeah.
on paper. I usually don't do sketches on digital. It's all on paper, sticky notes, doing research. I'm also a bit of a nerd, so oftentimes what I do when I am designing is I try to find out what the monetary value behind the design challenge that I'm interacting with is going to be, mainly so that if there are any roadblocks that I might hit in my job, I can share that with the stakeholders, like, say, marketing or the VP or whoever it is who's involved, so they can understand why we're doing this from
Like,
the business side.
the business value.
Yeah.
Hmm. Interesting.
There was another question about color. Do
Yeah,
I
the color
choose
palettes.
colors? It depends on the project. If it's for a client, I'll usually choose color.
Because you do everything. So
Yeah.
you go through the visual design experience.
Yep.
Okay.
So for
Which is
clients,
not always the case.
No,
Yeah.
no. For clients, I will do the research, the usability studies, the interaction design, the visual design, all of it, the entire gamut. So if it's a client, I will usually choose the colors. Usually clients don't really understand what the purpose of color is, so I have to pull it out of them, and then I'll create the palettes for them. But if it's, say, like my job at the Times, we have like a design system that we already have that we follow that I will pull colors from. And there was another question.
Also something about your background. Chris Davenport is asking, have you ever been an intern?
Oh my God. Yeah, I have been an intern. My first internship, what was it? Oh, because I went to the School of Visual Arts for photography.
Oh, okay.
So my first internship was a photography internship. So definitely not what you would expect at all. And my first job was working in specifically in for a fashion company. What did I do there? Oh, I folded clothes. That's pretty much what I
Folded
did.
clothes, yeah.
Yeah, and it was like this high-end fashion company, and we would ship like these crazy expensive high-end designer clothes to like famous celebrities. And I can't tell you which celebrities, but yeah, that's what we did. So for me, my background and how I got to where I am, it doesn't really match because a lot of the work that I've been doing has been mostly freelance and consulting.
Yeah, and also there is a kind of timing with the industry, like UX design 10 years ago.
That was not...
I mean, it existed, but we didn't have a name.
Yeah,
You know, we had
there were
like a lot of names.
Even now, like I still get
Yeah.
really strange looks when I tell people that I'm a product designer because I think...
Oh, you think you create like a...
Yeah, they think it's physical products.
Tangible,
so,
yeah.
Or if I just say I'm a designer, they go, oh, fashion. I'm like,
Yeah, or interior design.
nope.
No, it's tough. It's tough.
Not that. So, oops.
Oop. Okay.
Okay. So, this is the search.
Yep.
I'm going to leave a little room at the top for, what's the width? Oh, the width is perfect. Wait, what's the width of the artboard? 375. That's going to bother me, but it's fine. I like things to be even. It's probably...
And what will be interesting will be watching Amélie using XD today and then on Thursday, because she will be back tomorrow also for 2 hours and on Thursday for 2 hours.
By Thursday, I'm going to be
She'll be a rock star. And I see how she got all the shortcuts on Photoshop Sketch on the iPad, so I can tell that on the XD.
Well, XD is not troublesome because I remember all the shortcuts from Photoshop.
What are you doing now?
I'm making the
list?
The list for the search.
I have to show you something.
Uh-oh. I feel like you're going to show me something easier.
That's fine.
Way easier.
Can you just design one item?
Oh, like
Of
with the
list.
text inside?
Yeah,
Okay.
with the text, just one item.
Okay.
And yes, we will give away, don't worry, a Creative Cloud subscription to someone in the chats. You will just have to type a secret keyword. I will unveil the question in 5 minutes. But yeah, thanks for asking very good questions, by the way, today. It's very, very cool. Jesse knows where I am going, what I'm going to show.
Uh-oh. I'm going to leave it like that for now.
Okay, you just leave it like that, which is fine.
Hold on. I felt the urge for more creativity. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yes, man, interesting to see other people workflow. Yeah, that's the point of the Adobe live streams, and this week is about UX design, but make sure to come back and subscribe to the YouTube Creative Cloud channel. There is a subscribe button below the player. It's the best way to be notified. You know, with YouTube, you can receive notifications every time we start a new live stream or there is a new video available. And yeah, and then you will understand what's coming on Adobe Live. We will have a stream in January from Paris about typography with a lettering artist. We will have another stream on Adobe Live at the end of January from San Francisco about photo compositing. So yeah, we will try to cover all the creative fields. And as you said, Manny, the opportunities to see how top creatives work, and also how they think, and it's an opportunity just to know them better, ask questions. Oh, it looks great. I mean, I was just speaking, and now you. Okay, I can feel your visual design skills now. And she's using Avenir.
Which is totally overused, but it's
still efficient.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
Okay. So when you design an item, okay, in XD, and this is like
Should I group it?
no, that's this is like a classic pattern, like list. It could be like a list as we're designing. It could be like a grid with thumbnails. I mean, we do that all the time. And what you want to avoid are like copy pasting. And if I copy paste this item 7 times, I want to change the color 7 times. Okay. So what you can do with XD, you just select what is an item. Okay. And here you click on repeat grid. And now you have handles. And you can play with the margin.
It's like magic.
And you can still say, okay, I want to edit this and type L'Oreal. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm into it.
And if I change the color here, let me save it first. It will change it everywhere.
That's awesome. Okay.
So these are the kind of tools, we
Alright.
try just to be more
Cool.
efficient. Just to save time. And the repeat grid, yes, Felipe. That's the name of the feature. Shelly is like, oh my god, what just happened? Holy
That's how
crap.
I feel too.
And you can add images. I mean, we will have opportunities to work on the
Okay.
repeat grids later,
Okay.
but yeah, it was just the appetizer of the repeat grids. And Gabrielle, yes, it's on Windows since this morning, Gabrielle. That's why we're so happy to have Amélie with us and all the UX designers. We will still be live for 5 hours today, and we will be back
5 hours.
tomorrow with UX designers. And as you are working on the grids, I will give away a Creative Cloud subscription to someone in the chat,
Okay, cool.
and they will have to type a secret keyword. Okay, so I need to find where's my robot, because I have a robot. Oh, here we go. Okay, so the code name of this application is Duck. But what was the code name of Adobe XD before it became Adobe XD? Adobe XD had a code name. You need to type the code name in the chat. Also, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube Creative Cloud channel. It gives you 5 times more chances to win a 1-year Creative Cloud subscription. Nightbot, who is my robot, will pick the winner in the chat, and then you will have to contact Paul Trani on Twitter, but he will give you some instructions.
Let's see what other.
So this is not Duck, no. Like Adobe XD, the okay, okay, this is coming. This is coming. It's not Duck.
Duck.
No, my friends.
It's just gonna keep going.
Okay, no, I think you found it. This is Comet.
Everyone wants to win.
Yeah, and I mean, it's an opportunity for you to get Creative Cloud, 1 year, all the apps. And if you're already a member of Creative Cloud, and I'm sure you are, it will extend your membership. You will get 1 more year for free and access Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, XD, and start building wonderful prototypes. And please, if you design screens today, tomorrow, or on Thursday, share them on Twitter with us, adding the Adobe Live hashtag. Okay, I think we have a lot of entries, and I will announce the name of the winner.
That's great.
Please, Nightbot, give me a winner. And the winner is Paul Rodriguez. Paul Rodriguez. Paul Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
Yeah, it's easier with my French accent. Rodriguez. Congratulations, Paul. Please contact
Adobe Quack
another
Quack.
Paul,
I
or
agree.
Tranny on Twitter. And Is it P20 or no? It's the full. It's the full one.
Allison, it's a lot of comments.
And we will give away more Creative Cloud subscription during this stream. Okay, you will have more chances. But congratulations, Paul. Was it
Go
better?
Paul.
Hey, Paul Rodriguez.
I'm working on my Paul pronunciation
Wait,
because usually I say Paul, and it sounds like
No,
Paul?
actually,
Wait.
just move your lips. Act like you're gonna say it. Paul Rodriguez.
Okay.
Paul Rodriguez.
Paul Rodriguez. Paul Rodriguez.
You say his last name perfect.
Yeah, but I need to work on the first
Wait,
name
what's wrong with the first name?
because I say Paul, and it sounds
Paul.
like
Paul?
a survey. You know, like there is a Paul. It's Paul, something like this. It's better, right? I think I'm getting it. I'm
Paul,
getting it.
it's like it's Paul.
Yeah, Paul. Yeah,
Paul.
I'm working on it since this morning.
Paul.
But Amélie, I can pronounce it.
Okay, well, yeah.
Paul
it's
can't.
French, yeah. Well, yeah. Wow.
He tried. He tried very hard this morning. It was a complete fail.
Yeah, I usually
So
do laugh when
she
people
left.
can't pronounce it.
She left the building. Someone is asking, is it Paul Rodriguez, the professional skateboarder? Maybe, Diego. Who knows? Maybe.
It's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. We have a lot of people watching.
I'm funnier than the other guy. True.
Yes, Paul. And congratulations again. We can't wait to see what
Jesse.
you will create with the Creative Cloud apps.
Jesse, to answer your question, I have used Adobe XD Preview.
Yeah, it was like...
But that was when it
few
first
months.
came out, and
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to go back to Sketch.
Oh, yeah, I mean, the first version
So I
was
haven't used
very
it.
minimalistic.
Yeah, I haven't used it. I haven't used it since then.
Yeah, because what we did is actually we released something like almost empty. Sorry, I will just open it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Almost empty, and then we asked the community, hey, what should be in Adobe XD? And we opened a website. We received more than, I think it's about like 25,000 votes for 500 features,
Oh.
and more than 120 features of XD come from this website. So we really built like, and every month we would release a new version.
That's awesome. Okay, I'm
Here we go.
like tweaking
You have a
this.
beautiful list.
I'm going to stop tweaking it
Yeah.
because this is outrageous.
Hey guys, we have the Adobe Studio.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're live.
We're live. Which means you're live.
Yeah, but you can come and
You're
say hi to our
live.
friends.
Hi.
You want to say hi? Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Wow. Hi.
Yeah. Then all the beautiful videos that you see on the Adobe.com website. It's Dan.
Thanks, Dan. We appreciate you.
Do we have a red light now? Oh, thanks.
No, it's good.
Okay, I'm gonna stop tweaking. This is
Okay, yeah.
crazy. So I'm gonna do something weird and just make the colors
More
gray
neutral?
for
Yeah,
now
yeah.
because what's
it's too
happening to
distracting.
me is I wanna like fix everything and
That's fine.
we don't have time for that.
Maybe Paul, you want to show again just a few seconds the iPad to remind our friends. So yeah, this is what she sketched on the iPad Pro, and now we're trying to fill the space, fill the experience, and communicate to the users the experience. And this is really the first stage. And then once the experience is approved with user testing, you can start working on the visual design, see if it works, and then start talking to developers. And from Adobe XD, you can export all the assets like to SVG, to PNG files. It will resize everything. So you can just export everything.
Where is the
What are you looking for? Sorry.
ruler?
Do you need a ruler? Seriously.
True.
We can ask Talin.
True.
Why would you need a ruler?
So I can align everything because I am the worst kind of perfectionist.
You can check the dimensions here. You see?
I already.
You have a smart guide.
Yeah. Okay, it's fine.
You don't need a ruler. No, I think the team is working on it.
I like rulers.
If you like rulers, then you can go on adobexd.uservoice.com and vote for the ruler.
Okay, I'm gonna vote for that. Someone
I
go
will
vote
vote
for the
you.
ruler.
I will vote for you.
Oh, okay.
adobexd.uservoice.com. Paul, if you can show my screen.
That's a good question. I don't know why the Innisfree tab is smaller.
So if you go on adobexd.uservoice.com, and Mike, thanks for sharing the link in the chat, you will see the feature request and bugs. So if we go to the give feedback,
That's so weird.
you will find here all the suggestions from the community, and you know when the XD team is working on it. So here it says that comment on shared prototype without having to sign in. They already started working on the feature. So you also have this live conversation with the XD team. So you want a ruler. Okay, I will type ruler, and rulers already 206 votes. Global rulers. Wow. And the feature
Really
is
want that
is
ruler.
under review. So it might happen. So you see, this is a direct conversation with the Adobe XD team. This is how we build the app. Okay. And I will put the link again for you in the chat. Thank you, Paul.
Rule. Okay, anyway.
And for information, Amélie, because you last time you used XD, now we have new concept. So we have layers. If you need layers, I don't work with layers when I do prototype, but if you need layers, we have layers.
Okay.
And also we have symbols. So if at some point you want to create an icon or a button and place it on multiple screens, now there is a symbol panel here. See here, and you can drag and drop visual elements.
Awesome.
And every time you will put them on several artboards and update one of them, it will update it. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Awesome.
So rulers are important for dimensions and scales. Yeah, of course, fall blunt. But if you open Adobe XD now and you place some elements, you will see some smart guides measurements. So if you just select, anything on the screen, it will tell you this is 20 pixels from the left, 20 pixels, or there is a margin of 16 pixel from the top. And okay, I think that Paul Shrani is about to create a new T-shirt with his famous design quotes. I don't like rulers. I'm a capitalist.
True.
Thank you, Paul.
Tons for days.
Tons for days.
One per day. PaulTriny.com. Kevin Davison is giving us feedback and says the more you use XD, the less you need rulers. Okay, good feedback.
Okay,
Thank you, Kevin. Good to know.
Thanks, Kevin.
We will see on Thursday. Yeah. Okay, so now you have a more neutral look, working on the contrast, I guess. Yeah, which is also a good trick that we had some graphic designers, illustrators, on the stream, working on illustrations, and I was really shocked to see most of them, they start like this.
Yeah, black and white.
Yeah,
It's
even
way
for
easier.
huge illustrations.
Yep.
And then they choose a color palette and they start.
Yep. Yeah, that's the way to do it. It's way easier. As I was going through this, I was like, why do I hate myself? Love yourself.
Manny is asking, why do you already work on color and fonts when it's just low fidelity? I think that Amélie is also a graphic designer, and visual designer, so she
Can't help it.
yeah,
I'm
she
sorry.
can help it. It has to look good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Avenir is a beautiful typeface. So by the way,
It's a bad habit.
when you do a prototype like this and you are in the visual design stage, especially when you design for mobile apps, check all the typeface licenses before.
Yes.
Like, you can use Avenir, I guess, get the license and use it for print documents or websites, but using it on a mobile app, it's a completely different license.
Yeah.
It can be sometimes like a budget, you need to anticipate that.
Yep.
I know some typeface, for instance, where it will cost, I don't know, maybe $500 to use them on a website. In a mobile app, $3,000.
Yeah, significantly more.
Yeah. So make sure to check, contact the foundry or go on Typekit, and we have a new Typekit marketplace, and check the usage rights. Like, can I use the typeface in a mobile app? If so, what are the constraints? But I know how you feel, but I feel that when I see a mobile app with a typeface which is not Helvetica or a classic one, it truly makes a difference.
Yeah,
like,
it does make
right
a
away.
difference. Yeah, a huge difference.
So have you ever designed mobile apps with like a typeface that you had to choose and license?
Yeah, I actually had that happen at a startup that I worked for because we didn't realize that we would have to license for the app.
It's a classic mistake, so that's why we are sharing the story, because it's
yeah. So we licensed it for the website, and then when we got to the app, we were like, oh, $8,000.
$8,000, yeah.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, that was painful. We learned our lesson.
Yeah, for a startup, I guess it's
Yeah.
when it's not anticipated, it can be painful, but it makes a difference. It has a lot of value, and so Chris Rich is telling us that Avenir is apparently a default font on iOS, which would mean that Apple licensed the rights for you to use it. So thank you, Apple.
Cool.
And Roboto Safe for an app,
Yes.
has been licensed by Google. So
Roboto is safe. So I can share it later, but Avenir is very expensive for an app, Diego.
oh, thanks for checking, Diego.
There are a series of typefaces that are specifically good for screens in general, and also specifically mobile apps. I think if you go on the new Google fonts, they redesigned Google fonts earlier this year.
Okay.
You can sort typefaces by what is good for screen, and they'll give you some suggestions. Usually, in terms of the typefaces for an app or just for screen in general, what you're looking for is specifically what's called a rational typeface.
Okay.
So the San Fran is also good. One issue that I have with San Fran is when it comes to left and right quotes, or smart quotes as it's known, and then like the comma, not the commas, what is it, the single quotes and the double quotes.
Okay.
It's very hard to tell what the opening quote is and what the closing quote is for San Francisco, because I'm also a writer, so that is really annoying for me, especially when you're trying to lay things out in terms of typography on the page. So that's one thing that I would say about San Francisco, but otherwise San Francisco is perfect for screen. But what I was saying is one quick way to understand if the typeface that you're using is in general good for screen is to look at the O, and I can actually show that to you really quickly right now. So if you look at Avenir, the O is what is known as a rationalist. It has a rationalist axis. So the axis goes from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock. It's like straight up and down. It's perfect. Versus, say, I'm trying to think of, hopefully Baskerville? No.
This one is not good for screen.
Bradley. Hilarious. Let's see. I don't think I have any humanist fonts on my...
Oh. Maybe Garamond?
Maybe Garamond. Do I have Garamond on here? No. Come on, computer. This is
kind of distorted.
This kind of works. Okay. So then there's also the humanist O, and the humanist O, what the axis does, instead of being from 12 to 6, it's more like from 11 to 5. So it leans like this way. I don't
because
know.
it tries to. I mean, we say humanist because I guess it tries to represent the way we handwriting.
Yeah.
So it's never like we never write like this. We always have an angle.
Like a slight angle. Yeah. And so with that humanist axis, it's perfect when you're looking at something physical and you're reading a book. But when you're, oh my God, please don't use lobster. Don't use
just
common
typed this.
sense.
Oh, okay. So you agree? Do you agree with me? I fight to say that lobster is the new common sense.
I despise lobster.
Ah, good. Okay, we will start a group. We will start a group, Amélie and I,
Yeah.
against
Lobster
lobsters. I mean,
is-
not the animal. We
Yeah.
have nothing.
Yeah.
The typeface.
So humanist axes are really good for reading on a physical book. Lotto is rationalist, so I think
Lotto is very popular
Lotto-
on the web.
Oops, I don't think I have it on here. No, I don't. But
Yeah,
Lotto is
And Lotto is free.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's free.
so you can use it. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're someone who's interested in kind of delving a little bit into visual design and what typefaces work best for the screen, that little trick, looking at the O to see if it's rationalist versus humanist, is a really good way to see
Oh, interesting.
if it'll be really good for.
Yeah, I didn't know this trick.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And then that also ties into when you're pairing typefaces as well. So
Yeah.
a lot of people get hung up on like, oh, like if I use this font from this typeface family and this font from this typeface family, why don't they look good together? You can usually get fonts to look good together by looking at the O. So two humanist typefaces will look really good together, and two like a humanist or two rationalist typefaces will look really good together. You can sort of get away with a humanist and a rationalist typeface looking good together, but that's like more expertise. Obviously, you can break the rules, but I'm just trying to give some tips on how to do that for app design, visual design in general. All right, how do I name this artboard? How do I rename it?
Intuitive. I don't even have to show you.
Just I didn't even.
Yeah, I will do it.
Cool. Okay.
Chris Ritchie, you're sad that Lobster became so overused. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it was free and installed by default in Word.
There's another one
That's
that's really overused. Can't remember the name of it. When I
What is the
find
look? How
it,
does
it
it
looks
look?
like handwriting.
Oh, another handwriting one?
Yeah, it's no, not Josephine.
Coquette?
No. There's one specifically.
Josephine, there is one named Josephine.
Yeah, Josephine, but
but-
Josephine isn't that
Yeah.
overused.
No.
There's one that looks like handwriting.
Okay, maybe.
I don't know. People were obsessed. Anyway.
Yeah. So it was the typeface geek moment of the day.
And Asia's
Thanks
right.
for joining.
Cameron, I love sushi. What? I mean, unless there's a typeface named sushi, but it's a whole other conversation. And Asia's right. You can use serifs in an app, but they should be really large. Like they should say be the title.
And also it depends
or-
on which mobile it will be read. Like with
Yeah.
Retina screen now, I mean you can use serif fonts. The contrast will work, but on a classic screen, which is not high density, it will be quickly pixelated and it won't help.
Windsong, no. Don't use Windsong. Windsong is so hard to read. But like the New York Times, like what we use is our serifs in our apps, so that works really well for us. But that's with the whole Jenna Sue. Thank you. I despise Jenna Sue.
What is this one?
Yeah. Jenna Sue's the worst. Oh, yeah, Jenna Sue's very overused. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay, I can tell.
Pulling it.
Instagram quotes and stuff. Okay, yeah. Got you now.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we will do short Instagram stories for our friends. Okay?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, just keep
Okay.
working.
Okay.
So I need to set up everything. What? It's installing an update of Instagram. I'm not lucky. I wanted to share something with you. There you go, like typing like crazy. Exactly, Calimux. That's my point. Only on Retina screen. I mean, only. You can use serif font if it's a title. You know, you'll be fine on any screen. But to read text, yeah, be very careful. Christopher Pound, you work in film advertising and Gotham is overused. Yeah, but it's still it's the I would say it's the typeface of the century so far, and it's not a free one. Make sure you license this one. Is it Fred Jones? Not sure. Maybe.
Wait, what is what for iTunes? Anyway, okay. So I'm gonna work on the second screen, which is
Okay, second screen.
product information.
Okay, maybe we can show it again, Paul, to our friends, the iPad, so we all remember what we're talking about. So that's time of the day, how long, okay, on the face, what order are you putting them? Okay, so that's what you need.
Yep.
Okay, so we can switch back to Adobe XD.
Okay. So
Okay, so this is for our friends on the Creative Cloud Instagram account.
okay.
You can introduce yourself and just say that you are live today
Okay.
on adobelive.com.
Okay. Cool.
Ready?
Yes.
Ready, everyone?
Ready.
Stay quiet, okay? 3, 2, 1.
Hi everyone, my name is Amélie Lamont. I am live streaming today with Duck App. It's an app for skincare, but its code name is Duck App. It's a beauty app that helps you to create a regimen for your skin.
Thank you.
Gotham is overused. Cameron, where is your product design going? Will this be duck menu and why not turkey? To answer your question, not really doing any product design right now, all UX, which is kind of why I'm going a little bit slow because I'm like trying to figure out in my head like how I want this to appear on the screen. Will this be duck menu and why not turkey? I prefer duck over turkey. If I had to pick an animal that is my favorite to eat, I would say it's duck. I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this. Time of day, how long product is left on the face.
Looks like somebody said Nutra Face, which is probably a good font and a good name.
Yeah,
for
it's a good name too. Yeah, good job.
To Andre, can you give us some samples of apps that I've worked on? It's hard because of non-disclosure agreements. So what I have in my portfolio, that's from a hackathon, there's that. But there's stuff that I've done for the Times that I'm not allowed to share. There's also stuff that I've done for clients that I'm not allowed to share. Maybe I can go through my portfolio and see if I can share some screens, and then I can share them later on in the week, just so you can get an idea. Yeah.
Thanks, Amélie. So I will put the link to your website again in the chat. And if you want to see the Instagram story we just did, this is on the Adobe Creative Cloud account on Instagram. Make sure to follow it, and
Yes.
yeah, you will see Amélie from and the studio from a different angle. Actually, you will see the green screen.
Someone said, can you please align to the middle of the text in the list? Is driving me crazy. Nico, just because you said that, I'm going to leave it there.
Deal with it, Miko.
Because I'm evil. Sorry. Yeah. Also,
It's a good
you should-
trick also to take notes on the right.
yeah, I always
Yeah.
take notes, usually in really bright colors so that I notice them
Oh yeah,
later on. But yeah.
very nice.
the trick
Because that's the thing, like with XD, like a project is like a huge space where you can just build multiple artboards. You can also, in the same XD project, design the experience for smartphones, but also the Apple Watch, the tablet, and everything in the same project. So you can have different screen sizes. And if at some point, by the way, if you have a huge list of items or a huge screen, we can also emulate scrolling.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe at some point we will have to do it.
I'm going to go back to the iPad because I
Yeah,
need to
Paul?
sketch out how this is going to work.
Okay, let's do it.
To Manny, can you share the NDA project when it goes live? Yes, I can.
Yeah. You can follow Amélie on Instagram, and you are, on all social networks.
I don't use social media. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I do.
On Twitter, and
What's Twitter? Just kidding. Okay, so this is the second screen. And
Maxi saying, "Holy Amélie, the
Aw,
city app looks awesome."
Thanks, Maxi. So the reason why I came back to the iPad is because I was thinking in my head about the time of day, how long the product is left on the face, and what order are you putting them in. Those are 3 pieces of input that I need from the user. And I didn't want to just jump into this artboard and try moving things around. This is the reason why I like to sketch on paper. Zorro, would I start from desktop size and then work down, or I recommend starting from mobile. That's what I always try to do. It's a lot easier, just like from a different perspective, it's a lot easier to start small and build on top of it than it is to start large and then to take away. People are in different camps about it, but there are some people who believe that you should not hide or remove things on mobile that you would have on desktop. And the reason for that is it would mean that the user is technically having a completely different experience on mobile than they're having on desktop, which is technically not correct, because what if they're looking for something specific? I had a really great example with this last night when I was like looking at my flight on JetBlue, trying to check in. And I have the JetBlue app, but the JetBlue app on the iPhone is very limited. So I signed into the JetBlue website on my phone, and the website was mobile, and it took away the key thing that I needed, key piece of information that I needed, and I couldn't find anywhere. So then I tried to force the website to show me the desktop version, and then I logged in, and then it reverted back to mobile, and then when I forced it back to desktop, it signed me out. So it was like this vicious cycle of going back and forth, which is why, yeah, like kind of like what Chris has said, like mobile first is the common UX wisdom, but for the most part, I'm a big proponent of starting mobile first and then working your way up, but making sure that you're not removing any pertinent piece of information that's important for the user on any size screen. Okay, so like I was saying, the reason why I want to sketch this out is because there are 3 things happening here, and for these 3 interactions, what I would hate is to set this up in such a way where the user is confused as to why I'm asking them so many questions. Because if you think of time, I can either do an input where they literally just type in like 1 p.m., or it could be like the native time element within whether it's Android or iOS, where it's actually pulling down like oh, 1, 2, 3, 56, 57, whatever, you get the idea, where they have to input the time. So there's that. How long is a product left on the face? So how long?
And GR is asking you, like, does most UX and UI designers separate themselves like roles? Do you see this like in agencies or?
It depends. So for me, I consider myself a UX and a UI designer, and the title that personally works best for me is a product designer. Depending on where you go, I mean, so I'm going to back up a little bit. I think that the idea of titles are pretty outrageous and ridiculous to begin with.
That's
I
a good
think
point,
they're incredibly arbitrary, and they don't really tell you about the type of work that the person is doing. At one company, I was a product designer. At another company, I've been a UX designer. At another company, I've been a visual designer. But the kind of work that I'm doing has literally never changed in every single role. So it's just about how the company specifically views what you're doing, and that's why the titles are so weird and tricky. So when it comes to how people separate themselves, people vary. I know some product designers who are stronger in UX than UI, some product designers who are stronger in UI than UX, some UX designers who are really good with interaction and visual. It really just depends. And then for Julie, your question about interaction designer, I feel like, yeah, exactly, to Christopher, it's too easy to be pigeonholed, is fairly new. I think a lot of that comes from, at least lately, from a lot of the motion design that we've been seeing and a lot of the VR that we've been seeing. So people are like, interaction, motion design, but even people still don't know how to, like, what to label it or what to call it. Because I know that before motion design became a big thing, interaction specifically meant how the user was interacting with things on the page, specifically through JavaScript. So that person may have had like a knowledge of JavaScript, things like that. So it's super confusing. And there's another question, what's the difference between UI and visual? That I can answer. In general, a UI designer, depending on the company, UI designer is usually just focusing on literally the user interface. So they're focusing on the button styles, the typography maybe, everything that is necessary for the interface that a user is going to interact with, if that makes sense. I know that's not like a perfect example. Whereas, say, a visual designer, I'm trying to think of a really good example. A visual designer would be the person who is working on the style guide. So not necessarily the code of the style guide, but saying, this is the rhythm of the text. Each paragraph should have this many characters. We should be using these colors because this color represents this type of brand for us, etc. That's kind of what a visual designer focuses on. But again, like I said, it kind of all just blends in. Do I code? I do code. What is my typical work day like? Typical work day.
What do you eat in the morning?
I wake up. No, I'm kidding. Well, I do wake up. That's important. Waking up is important.
Yeah, don't forget that.
Yeah. So when I get to work, can my lights at home be controlled? Stop it. I wish. So when I get to work, usually it's like doing a Scrum meeting with the developers here. Here, when I say here, I'm at the Times. And then usually the designers split off and figure out stuff that they're working on. So lately for me, what I'm working on is the design system and pattern library at the time. So that's pretty much what my day consists of, is breaking apart all of the small user interface elements that we have at the Times and organizing them and trying to create patterns so that they can be reused for other projects so that we can move much more quickly when we're building out designs. Do I do user research? When I work with clients, I do. At the times, I don't, because we have an entire team for that, which is pretty awesome. And one more question. Do you find yourself doing visual design too, even as a product designer? I do. Again, it depends on the role. So I think the way someone described it to me once is, as a product designer, you find yourself doing user experience, which also would include user research, visual design, and interaction design. And every product designer, since there are those three, it's almost as if you can have strengths and weaknesses in some versus the other. So I would say that my strength specifically would lie in user experience, because I also have like a background in customer service, so I like to think a lot about what the user's doing, how it affects them, even after they're not interacting with the app. I love digging deep into the user's mind, and even my background is in design anthropology, so I'm all about that. But then I can also do visual and interaction design as well. Yeah.
Okay.
And Kaleem is correct, yes. Interaction design is much larger than screens. It's about the structure and behavior of interactive systems, yes. Yes. Yeah, Manny's correct. Okay. Anyway, back to business. So the last question, how long is the product left on your face? I'm thinking there are two ways to set this up.
Slider.
Yeah, either a slider or just have the user input into a box. I think I like the slider better, though, because I think it allows for more flexibility, because we can deviate between like minutes and hours, etc. And then the third one is, what order are you putting them on? So the order is really interesting, and this is kind of where this screen gets a little weird, because if I say have 9 products on this screen, well, actually it could probably be a step. So what I'm thinking would be nice is if the user could physically just
like with a long tap, or maybe display a grip.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay.
And move them into the order. So physically move the products into order. Okay. And this is why I wanted to use the iPad, because I was like, this is a lot of information. But thinking about it now, I think the best way to do this would probably be a step method, where with each step it's asking for this information. But if that's what's happening, then it's no longer one screen, it's technically 3 screens. So we'll see. That's what we're figuring out.
Yeah, you need to test,
Yeah.
see if it works.
So this could be the time. Oops. This could be how long or duration. And then order.
Hi Karen, thanks for joining. So we started with Amélie almost 2 hours ago.
Oh,
I think we're still live with Amélie for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But she will be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
2 hours, and also on Thursday. So check the schedule on adobelive.com. This is where you will get all the information.
Why didn't time? Okay. So the other dilemma with this is that it probably makes sense to break these up into 3 separate screens.
Screens.
Okay. Or steps, but it's still 3 screens.
Okay.
But we don't want it to look like we want to be focused on the information that the user's entering, but we also don't want it to be barren either. Like, oh, there's just this time input box, like just this one
floating in the
what is this here? But we can try it out and see what happens. So I think I like the idea of this could be the copy, whatever the copy is. And then choose time. Next. Oops.
Yeah, usually I do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. I'm a pro now.
Yeah, so Amélie, again, if you just join, she's using Photoshop Sketch on the iPad Pro for the first time. Usually she sketches on paper, but yeah, we like to challenge her.
Here. So how long? This
How
could
long?
be the slider.
Andrew is saying, always try to reduce screens, not add. Yeah, we will see, Andrew. Maybe.
I know that my soul hurts doing this. Trust me.
Yeah. You feel frustrated now?
I do a little bit.
Okay.
My hair is gonna fall out. That's how that works when you're stressed.
Oh, and thank you, Marisol. So yeah, be back tomorrow because you will see this app coming alive.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot
More and
better
more.
tomorrow now that I'm learning.
And Chris, no, we are live from San Francisco today, but Amélie is from New York. But she
New
arrived in San
York.
Francisco yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Very late.
Are UI designer and UI engineers the same? It depends on the company.
Yeah.
Usually not.
Titles again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Titles. Yeah. Did I take any UX UI classes, or was it all self-taught? I was all self-taught. Does Amélie use XD or Sketch at work? I use Sketch at work, but maybe after this
see on
I'll use
Thursday.
XD. So this could probably just be a list of all the items, and this is the copy telling you to put it in order.
Okay.
And then the user, and it would be like instructions about how to move them. I'm gonna go with that for now. It looks terrible, but
You have it in your mind.
I have it in my mind.
Okay.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Paul, we can switch back to Adobe XD. So, Brad, you are looking for XD tutorials. You can go on the XD website and you will find a tutorial for beginners. So the website is xd.adobe.com.
So this is more like routine details.
Okay, he's asking if we will do some streams in Vancouver, Canada. So yeah, there are a lot of Adobe users and a lot of very good designers. So usually Zorro, what we do is that we make them fly to San Francisco because we have a studio here with a green screen. Is it your first time in San Francisco? Or?
No, it's not. I've been here before.
Yeah.
San Fran Pro. Okay.
And by the way, friends in the chat, if you want to get a chance to win a 1-year Creative Cloud subscription, you can enter the contest. The rules are on Adobe Live on the sidebar. On the right, there is a contest tab. And we want you to download and install Adobe XD. Now you can do it on Windows and Mac, so that's great. Design some screens. I mean, try to create an app which will solve a challenge, which is holiday planning.
Ooh,
Okay,
holiday
this is your challenge, and with Amélie, we will review some of your creations tomorrow. So you have 1 day or 2, because we'll be there on Thursday too to create, like an experience, 3 to 5 screens. Export the PNG files and share them on Twitter with the Adobe Live hashtag. You don't travel, Zorro. Yeah, but your users are traveling, so you need, some empathy. You need to understand your users. Maybe someday I will be a UX designer and a brand will contact me to design a makeup application. And I will say, okay.
I'm ready.
I will do some research. I will call Amélie.
I'm prepared.
And that's it. Can you enter without having a Twitter account? Of course, Manny, yeah. Just find a way to share it with us. Do you have an Instagram account? Maybe that would be the best way. You can share it on Instagram too. Just put the Adobe Live hashtag. Otherwise I won't be able to catch it. Okay. And on Friday I will announce the winners. So my favorite projects on my Twitter accounts. But we will give away a lot of Creative Cloud subscriptions. So you have good chances to win and access all the creative apps to become even more creative.
I'm going super low fidelity right now.
Yeah, it looks great. I like it. She has everything in her mind. Not sure what is going on. And Chris, it's a good point. You can also create your own Twitter account. I mean, it takes 5 minutes. Paul, we have our friends of Digital Telepathy in the lobby. Yeah.
Okay.
What time is the deadline? Thursday evening, Manny. Thursday. Okay, until you have all your Thursday, because I will announce the winners and review the winners on Friday morning in the US Pacific time.
What is the shortcut? L. Okay.
You are learning the shortcuts?
I
Okay.
am.
Which one did you just learn?
The line.
Oh, the line tool?
L.
L.
Yeah.
That's easy to
Yeah.
remember.
Pretty easy. Yeah.
My iPad is getting low on battery, but I have a charger here. Yes. Perfect. Can we create pianos? What do you mean? Oh yeah, that's what she's doing. I guess that's the joke, right? Portugal? Piano keys?
Pianos?
Yeah. It looks like a keyboard.
Oh yeah. it
I
does
think
look
that's
like a
the-
keyboard. Okay.
That's a good one, Portugal.
Oh, this needs to be locked. Okay. Cool.
Nice. I can, already feel
Mm-hmm.
what's going on. And in 10 minutes, we will welcome Tallinn, who is the lead designer of Adobe XD and one of the creator of Adobe XD. And it will be fun because he will use Adobe XD to redesign an Illustrator feature, an Adobe Illustrator feature. Yeah, it should be very fun. Oh, here it is. And here are the Digital Telepathy masters. Hey, guys. So we'll be with Tallinn, and I will be next to Tallinn using a Windows machine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I will. I will, Tallinn. Yeah,
I wanted to bring the studio, but they said I couldn't bring it with me.
I tried, but I have the Surface Book, so it's good.
That's good.
It's fast.
Okay.
And now you're using the repeat grid.
Yeah,
I don't even
yeah,
have to
I feel
watch your screen. You are empowered.
Now I have to take this and make it lower fidelity. But yeah, this is where
But now
we're
you have
at.
your plan in mind.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. That's amazing.
I'm a perfectionist, so I'm just gonna do this.
So we're still live together for about 2-3 minutes, Amélie. So what is your plan for tomorrow?
So my plan for tomorrow is to have the flow for all of this completed.
Okay.
So I can kind of show you all the thought process behind this and what is happening. As I'm going through this, I'm realizing that I might need more screens. So what I may end up doing is showing you multiple paths and directions that this could go down. But then once we have all of that and we look through it, then we can start adding text and start having people testing it and going through it to make sure, like, does this make sense? Is this logical? Etc. Yeah.
Nice. And yeah, and when we start getting a prototype, we can share the URL also with the people in the chat, so you will be able to interact and sign in and leave comments actually.
Yes.
So you will get live comments on the prototype, so we'll be able to improve it live with you.
Excited.
So make sure to be back tomorrow. This will be great. Now we'll be with Tallinn. So Tallinn is working in the Adobe XD team. So if you want to ask him, hey, when the rulers are coming, I mean, he knows the roadmap. It's
Tell us the rulers.
yeah, Tallinn.
Yes.
She wants the rulers.
It's on the list.
It's on the list. It's on the list. Okay. So yeah, so that's a good thing with Tallinn. You can ask him anything. He knows the roadmap, and he's the one. Sometimes, I mean, if you have been on the stream before, we will like streaming with Tallinn. So yeah, thank you, Amélie, and thanks people in the chat for the great discussion. I mean, we talk a lot, and I mean, that's also the beauty of having a professional with us. 10 years in the industry. So
Yay! Thanks everyone.
yeah, and stay with us. Okay, we will be back. So go on adobelive.com. We will be back in 5 minutes with Tallinn.
Piano keys.